Hi, my name is Jen, and today I wanted to share a book review on one of my favorite books. This book is called A Man's Guide to Women. It's by John Gottman and Julie Gottman, their husband and wife, and then also Douglas Abrams and then Rachel Abrams, and again, their husband and wife as well. So I took down a few notes on some of the things that I really appreciate about this book and kind of what this book covers. So let's get started. The first thing that I like about this book is the author. John Gottman is one of my favorite authors. When I was in grad school studying mental health and counseling, I came across his work a lot. He's very well known in the academic community for his studies on particularly couples. And since I wanted to study couples and marriage and family counseling, I came across his work a lot, and I just really appreciate his work ethic, but then also his writing style. So that's the first thing that kind of drew me in. And then I also really like the topic as well, A Man's Guide to Women. That just is really interesting to me. And so I was very happy to pick it up and read it. And actually, when I read this book in, I believe, just 2 days. I was so excited. I could not get enough of it. I've recommended this book to a lot of my friends and coworkers in person, and I really, really love this book, so I also wanted to share it with you. So let's get started on some of the content. First of all, I will just say that the introduction in the book is very well written and really highlights the book and really sells it well. So if you're not sure about reading it, definitely read that and it'll answer any questions that you have. Some of the content in the book I'll just touch on briefly. The book is broken up into 6 different parts. The first part is understanding a woman. The second part is dating a woman. The third part is romancing a woman. The fourth part is making love to a woman. The fifth part is living with a woman. And then the sixth part is loving a woman for a lifetime. And as you can see from those headings, I believe those are topics that are very important and of interest to men. So there are 15 chapters in total, and there's 194 pages. So just under 200 pages. It's very well organized. There are cheat sheets at the end of each chapter covering highlights, main ideas, and concepts from that chapter. And then there are also some really great applicable quotes at the beginning of each chapter, and there are some really cute cartoons in each chapter as well. So that really just helps to kind of break it up and bring some humor in. So I don't want to give away too much of the content just because I want you to read it, but I did want to highlight just a few things just so you had an idea of some of the topics that were in there. So let me just share some of the pros. It's very, very easy to read. All of his books are very well written. Even though he's a researcher, his books are very, very easy to understand. They're not too technical. He's very good at explaining any type of technical concepts and breaking them down so you don't have to have a PhD to follow along. So I really appreciate that. At the same time, there's a lot of really good content in here. He makes it so that you can understand the content, but the content is still very good. I also think that it's very well organized and it's research-based. I really appreciate that. There are endnotes provided with sources. He does a lot of studies and references his practice, but he also references other studies, and you can find all of that information in the back of the book. So I really appreciate that. That way you know where he's coming from, and if you have any questions about where he's getting certain claims, you can look into it and learn more. Another thing that I really like is that this book is really funny. I just really loved reading it. I laughed so many times as I was reading this book. It has a lot of serious good information, but it also presents it in a very light and funny way. I also like that it is written by 2 couples. The first couple are the Gottmans, and they work work more with psychology and counseling, and then the other couple are doctors. And I just really appreciate that dynamic, that you get input from men and women on this issue. And you also get information from a counseling perspective, which can bring in more social aspects and environmental aspects, but then also from a doctor's perspective, which can be more biological, genetic type of background. So I really appreciate that there's both aspects in this book. Another thing that I really like about this book is different cheat sheets. I think that this is really helpful, very handy. You can read the book and then just go back to the cheat sheets afterwards just to refresh. Each cheat sheet addresses some of the main concepts from the chapter, some terms, some tips and techniques, and then it also includes a list at the bottom of different things to keep in mind. So these are called You May Be Zero If, and there's several different things there. So you can look at this list and you can see if you answer positively on any of those, that can give you an idea of areas you may need to work on and improve. So I think that's really helpful as well. Another thing that I like about this book is that the concepts are very well explained. You can really pick this book up with any type of background, and as long as you can read or have somebody read this book to you, you can understand these concepts and you can learn from his insights and experience and studies. When I was reading this book, I really enjoyed it because it was funny, it was really easy to understand, it was very well written, and the quality of the clinical content was present in this book. In every section, I was just amazed at the quality of content, both clinically and then also personally, kind of as a woman. I thought that the information was accurate. I think this book is just very well written. It's very practical. It addresses the issues and concerns and topics that its targeted audience, men, are interested in. And it also has a lot of good information for women as well. I learned a lot as I was reading this book. So I think that it's really great. If you get a chance, I definitely recommend reading it. I think this is a great book to have on your shelf. This is a book that I think you can benefit from the first time that you read it, and then it's also really good to read again and again. All right, so that is it. I hope that this video kind of review was helpful to you and that you're able to go and check out the book. I don't have any type of affiliate link, and I'm not paid or sponsored in any way. I just really, really like this book. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. And if you're new, please let me know down there as well. I'd love to get to know you. And if this was helpful, please subscribe and share. That really means a lot to me and makes my day. I hope that you have a great day. Bye.